Hey there, welcome back to my kitchen, Digitally Fit and Fabulous. We're gonna be canning base for red beans and rice today. So I've got some andouille sausages, I've got bell pepper and onions, and I've sauteed those off. We're gonna go ahead and get that in our jar with our beans. So we'll go ahead and go in with a good spoonful or so of the mixture in each jar. That right on in there. We've already had the jars themselves heated up, so that's a good thing. Get those in there because we want it all to be the same temperature going in the canner. And these are going to process for 75 minutes, and then it's another item on your shelf, especially with the things you see going on today. Why not be ahead of the game? So we got those in there. So now we're going to go in with about a quarter cup of kidney beans. Get those in here. And these are beans that I chose to soak. They're not all the way cooked because once they go in the canner, they're gonna, of course, swell again. Let me get this side out the way. They're gonna swell again, and it won't leave any room. So go ahead and get those in there. We don't want to over put beans because then you won't be able to get your liquid in. So now that we got that in there, next thing we're gonna go in with is a bit of salt in each one. About a half a teaspoon. And then we'll get in our other spices, which, as we know, we go in with the garlic, onion powder, and we're also going to go in with thyme. And the sausage that I used in here was semi-spicy. So I won't add anything like crushed red pepper, but we're going in now with a good half a teaspoon of the garlic in each one. In there with that. And then we'll follow that with onion powder. Onion powder in here, same measurement, half teaspoon. I can't implore enough with everything going on. You want to be prepared and putting things on your shelf because, as you see, we entered into 25 with quite, the bang, people doing things, that people probably never thought of. Half a teaspoon of thyme going in here. So you want to be, again, prepared and not, looking around to figure out what you're going to do if something should happen. So that means putting food on the shelf for your family, and that's what you need to do. So now we're going to go in with our broth. We want to fill it up to an inch head space. Okay, there we go. Same thing. Go in and fill it up with the inch of head space. Let's get that in there. A bit more. And once we get these kind of filled, then we'll go back and we'll debubble. Get in there with that. And again, this is just getting insurance to having something in case you can't get to a grocery store or food supply chain is interrupted. You have something on your shelves that will feed you and your family. So that's the way you can look at it. Some people, want to say why, and I don't really feel it's necessary. Well, can't make a decision for everybody, just for my family. So we're going to get our tool, which is used to debubble. So you just want to go in here and kind of stir around, get any bubbles out. See if we need to add any more of the broth, which it looks like we do. get back in here and add a bit more of the broth in these. Because you want to have that inch head space. So want to quite make sure we have that. And then whenever you get ready to use your red beans base, you can get in there and then just cook your rice. Make your gravy, and you're good to go. Now let's go ahead and get these lids on here. Oh, one thing I forgot is vinegar. Let me get my white vinegar. We want to wipe off our top. We don't want our tops to have anything, and that's the way you check them and make sure. And again, it's just white distilled vinegar. We're just going to make sure that the glass of the jars are not chipped, and you're cleaning them off so that you can get a good seal. So you just go around the top of your glass and the side. Again, it gives you the feel to make sure that you don't have any cracks on your glass, because if so, then you want to go ahead and start all over with another jar. You don't want to keep that jar. So now we're going to put our lids on, finger tight. Get the rest of the lids in my holder over here. Then get them on, finger tight. Got my canner already ready. Hope is to not have any siphonage. Put that piece in here. Ooh, how about that? Get it upside down. And look at that. Really looks good going in. And again, we'll get these in the canner. They're going to process. How are you pinging beforehand? They're going to process for 75 minutes in the canner. Never had that happen before, where it actually like pinged. You only hear that sound once you get them out. So hopefully that's going to seal correctly. Because I've never had that happen. And these happen to be wide mouth pint jars that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and get my lid on. Gonna go ahead and keep canning. We're gonna take this down to 75 minutes. So I'm gonna take this side up to 75. And again, once it gets up, oops, how did I manage to go too far? Okay. All right, we got that started, so we're well on our way. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead and tackle while that is processing, I'll go ahead and start making some chili for dinner tonight, because it is kind of cool out. So we'll do some chili. We'll be back. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get the chili on. So we're going to go in with, first of all, some grapeseed oil in the pan so we can saute our veggies, which we have onion, bell pepper, mushroom. Of course, we'll be adding garlic in there. So we've had that heating, so we'll go ahead and get those in there. And then the meat we'll be using today will be ground turkey, of course. Don't really use beef that much. Well, I won't say that much. Don't use beef at all. So we'll go ahead and get this sauteed. Get the process going. Then once our veggies start to cook down, then we can get those out and we'll get our ground turkey in, and our chili will be well on its way. All right, friends, we've got the ground turkey in the pot. Using my little masher to break it up. Got our veggies sauteed off. I just kind of get that meat all nice and broke up and browned. vegetables, I just sauteed. And then once we get the meat all broke up and everything, we'll go ahead and start getting seasonings in. Then we get the chili in. But while I'm doing this part, I usually go ahead and I'll add salt and pepper in the meat, and garlic powder and onion powder. There's some salt. And we're going to go on with a couple turns of black pepper. Get some garlic powder in. We can never have enough garlic. You already know. Get onion powder in. Okay. Get that mixed in. And break that meat up. Get in here and, like I said, break it up. And get it cooking and browning off real good. Once we get it browned off, then we're able to go ahead and add back in our vegetables and such. So we'll keep working on browning that meat, and we'll come back as soon as we have it browned. All right, so we got our ground turkey all nice and browned up. So we're gonna go ahead, get our veggies back in. Then we're gonna go ahead and add some diced tomatoes, and they're hot. These particular brand are spicy. Give it a little spice. Get that stirred in. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down to a medium heat right now. And then we're going to go ahead and grab beans, which I forgot, so hold on just a second. All right, so we're back. We got the diced tomatoes in. We're going to go ahead in with our tomato sauce, 2 cans. Get everything out. That mixed in. Get it going really well. And the next thing is we'll go in with the beans, and we'll get some more seasonings in. That's all mixed in good. So I have black beans and pinto beans going in. 1 can of each, rinsed off. I always rinse the beans off before I put them in my chili. I don't like to use the liquid. So we get that mixed in. Looking good. So now we're going to go in with seasonings. We haven't added anything other than salt, pepper, and onion powder. We're going to go in with chili powder. And this is going to be like 2 heaping teaspoonfuls. Then we're going to go back with onion powder. Another ½ teaspoon. Garlic powder, same way, another ½ teaspoon. We're going to hit it with some cumin. So we have cumin here. Let's give it a couple shakes. Like say, teaspoon of cumin. Then we're going to go in with some cracked black pepper. 6 turns. If you're using cracked black pepper, otherwise you can do your teaspoon or according to how much you like it. And then here's where, if you wanted to add in green chilies, you could. If you wanted to add in crushed red pepper, you could. We're just gonna go ahead, get this on and let it simmer. It's gonna simmer for about 25 minutes. And once this 25 minutes is up, we'll come back and see what we're looking like. All right? All right, guys. So our red bean base is done. And we're getting them out of the canner. There you can see, looking good. So that's a win. I'm so super excited about the red bean base. And They all seem so far so good. Got the bubbling activity going on. So I'd say that was quite successful. Let's get this other one under. Yes, I think we were very successful. I thought that it popped beforehand, but it seems to have sealed, so that's a good thing. And then next, just want to give you a little peep at the chili. It's done. It's good. It's hearty. So you can serve that with cornbread, crackers, just whatever your fancy is. So again, guys, thanks for coming along while I got things accomplished today. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And be sure and come back. And we just heard one ping, so we're in business. You guys have a great Saturday, and I'll see you next time.